The last few months might have been some of the craziest ever in modern financial history. Right now, the economy is in major troubles and the stock market is on the edge of a complete collapse. Economic crash is trending on Twitter. Trillions of dollars have already been wiped off the housing market. The cost of living continues to explode for many people all around the world. Even Jerome Powell, the chairman for the Federal Reserve, has basically told people to go hide because this situation is going to get bad. And that is even though the current president, Joe Biden, just said this.
By the way, the stock market's gone up exponentially since I've been president. You haven't heard me say a word about it. I'm glad it's gone up, no problem.
Then the reality is completely different because the stock market has just taken one of its largest hits ever in history. And the financial leaders have stopped predicting when the crash is coming, and they're now trying to predict whether or not we are actually living through it right now. So what is actually going on? Are we currently living through history? And has this major crash in fact already started? And also, how can you prepare for what might come? That is exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's YouTube video. Before I go any further, then I would like to say that making a video like this one takes a lot of effort. So if you guys actually like the video, then please press the like button on the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one in the future. With that being said, then let's get started. In order to understand if we are going through the major recession right now, then it is super important to understand what already has happened. So let's look at that first. 1 month ago, I made a video talking about how the US economy might be in a so-called super bubble and how this bubble potentially could burst very soon. And how important financial figures were basically predicting that we would be in major troubles later this year or in 2023. Michael Burry, the guy who successfully predicted the 2007 crash, is basically saying that we're going to see signs of a total economic collapse by the end of this year. Jeremy Grantham is basically saying that if a crash were to come, well then it would be devastating due to all of the asset classes that this crash would affect. Even though all of these famous investors are basically saying that we are in big economic problems, well then the main belief is actually that we shouldn't believe all of these predictions and that the economy is doing completely fine. The Fed's chairman, Jerome Powell, even said that the economy was in a strong shape. The Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, said that the inflation is transitory rather than permanent. And Elon Musk even described Michael Burry as nothing but a broken clock. Even though the Federal Reserve wanted us to believe that the economy was doing completely fine, but then there were certain signs that just couldn't be ignored. All of that data was basically a couple of months old, so now I can certainly say that the things didn't go smooth and the economy was by no means under control, as the Federal Reserve said. And it does look like we've entered the first stages of things going very wrong. Over the last couple of weeks, things has definitely taken a turn for the worse. The stock market has hit its lowest level so far here in 2022, destroying more than $9 trillion from American households. And we have seen the worst day on the stock market since June 2020, when COVID-19 made the world go into lockdown. The word stock market crash is trending on Twitter, and more people are becoming concerned about the future. It has also been announced that credit card interest rates have hit their highest level for over 20 years and that they are about to go even higher. And in the Eurozone, the inflation just hit 10%, which is the highest level it has ever been at. And on top of all of that, then the Russian stock market has completely collapsed. The result of all of that is exactly why so many people believe that we are currently in the start of the recession. And things are definitely not looking good. More and more people are becoming concerned about the future. And when looking at the data, well then there is good reason to be concerned about the future. But there is also a completely different side to this story, and that is the real estate market. Over the last decade, the real estate market has experienced unstoppable growth. The price of properties has kept on increasing all over the world, and it is simply becoming too expensive to either buy or rent properties. The average increase in salaries have simply not been enough to follow the development in real estate. But that might be coming to an end, because the price of real estate is starting to fall, and right now there is many major banks that are betting big on that the real estate prices are going to fall in 2022 and 2023. Goldman Sachs, one of the largest banks in the world, has even said that there will be a significant decrease in the value of real estate. Just like with the stock market, then it does also look like we've actually already entered the first stages of this downfall in real estate. Home buyers are now backing out of deals at the fastest pace since the start of the pandemic. Prices are decreasing at the quickest pace in history. And several markets have already fallen 50% from their peak earlier this year. So with all of these things going on, the extreme large losses in the stock market, the rapid decrease of real estate prices, the extremely high inflation, and the ever-increasing interest rates, well, then it does look like we are entering a recession. But there are some things that are really important to remember when we are talking about recessions. Over the last 100 years, we've had numerous recessions, and they've all been completely different. However, there has always been one thing that has been constant through all of them. And that is that the market always recovers. There is basically two options for us. We can either ride the recession out as victims and let what is happening dictate our financial security, or we can educate ourselves. When looking at these previous financial recessions, well, then there is basically always some people that are coming out ahead. They are basically making money from the recession. And that is possible because a financial recession is basically a reset of the entire economy. And with this reset, a lot of opportunities arise. So if you have the knowledge required and what it takes, well, then you can basically set yourself up for the future. It is the biggest opportunity you will ever have to come out financially ahead. I have personally decided how I want to roll through this recession. I want to keep on investing. I want to keep on buying into the markets even though they are on free fall. And I want to do that because I do believe that 10 years from now, I will look back and I will regret not having invested when the prices were extremely low. I also want to find ways to increase my income. I want to start an online business. And I would highly encourage you to think about how you want to go through this recession and how you might be able to come out ahead. That was all I had in today's video. Thank you for watching the video. And if you actually liked the video, then please press the like button below the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one in the future. See you in the next one.